Greetings, one and all. Mad Sam Wicked right here. This is the UK. Now, we have what you call the right to protest, which is an international thing unless you're in a communist country. And you're supposed to be innocent before guilty. And the list goes on. But still, all you people in America and in the West Indies and Canada who think England is the greatest places, let me tell you, this country is full of effing shit. Right? Them can monitor my things on Facebook and anywhere I put them. Right? And then time they want me to shut up, just give me £100,000 and I will effing leave this country for good and don't come back. I have paid my dues to this country, so has my family and my friends. But the people in Britain and Great Britain or the United Kingdom, whatever you want to call it, are the biggest assholes. You can have a demonstration and the government can tell you what day you can demonstrate, what time you can demonstrate, how long you can demonstrate, and where you can demonstrate, and what areas you can demonstrate. That's not democracy. You heard me? Democracy. Britain, UK, England, whatever you call it, says they are a democratic country. But they're going to tell you when to demonstrate, where to demonstrate, how to demonstrate, how many people can take part in a demonstration, what you can say or do in a demonstration. Very interesting. How is it supposed to have an effect? Okay, next. So you're going to have an election. Would it be a local election for a local mayor or councillor, right? Or a general election. But they can, just like that, when they feel like, when they want and how they want it done. So the chances of any external parties, individual candidates trying to contest or fight is reduced to that because the political parties will get 3 to 6 months notice ahead of the dates on what they can start to apply. Independent candidates only have 2 weeks before the date of the election to apply. Democracy. Next, British policing. Oh, the London police or this and that with crime was due because they have cut the number of police officers. Really? Let me see now. Johnny Brown is driving down the road and Johnny Brown got stopped because they say that they believe his insurance for his car is invalid. So that police car has 2 officers, a driver and a passenger officer. All of a sudden another police car pulls up, another 2 officers. Then a police van pulls up with 6 officers. So now we have 10 police officers to talk to Miss Jane or Mr. Johnny Brown about their car. And then at the end of it, they realize, oh, well, there must have been a mistake, because, it was showing on our computer that you had no insurance, but obviously there was an error or misunderstanding. Sorry to have bothered you and have a good day. This is not that they're going to tell you that. They just going to tell you on your way, not even sorry for the inconvenience, and the fact that 10 officers and 4 vehicles were tied up. I remember, as much as I hate that arsehole Theresa May, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, when she was the Home Office Secretary, she made it clear the police don't have a funding problem. They have a mismanagement of their funds. That's a fact. Let me give you an example. The man who was just murdered the other day, the 78-year-old man who killed the burglar, he lives 10 minutes walk down the road from me. Never thought I'd see that in my neighborhood. But they locked up the man and charged the man for murder and had him in prison for over 24 hours, right, until the public cried out on social media about it before they released him and goes, oh, well, I guess we're not going to be pressing charges. No. They didn't have a choice. The public ought to start a riot on them. Well, the public needs to start writing about every goddamn thing in this country now. Kick out the Labour Party, kick out the Conservative, kick out the Lib Dems and start creating what you call a united front where you have one member from each party and they create their own coalition government. How can you have the director or the chief executive in charge of the local council earning more than the Prime Minister? For example, you have local elections coming up on the 3rd of May. The chief executive from Lewisham Council, the borough or canton as it's known in Europe, right? Or the city as it might be called in other countries, earns over £250,000 a year plus expenses plus a bonus. And then the mayor for Lewisham earns 90,000 a year plus expenses plus bonus. Should I tell you what the crime rates are in Lewisham? I don't think you want to know. Should I tell you what the roads are in Lewisham? You don't want to know. But look at any of the leaflets from any of the things. Labour, Conservative Tory Party, Lib Dems, Green. None of them mention about what they're going to do for the borough. They all talk about central government. They all say, if elected, this party will work against the government for future this and future. None of them tell what they're doing now. Wake up, people. Stop voting for these political parties. They don't take two craps about you. Even the other day in the news, if you bother, for all you idiots out there who love to watch CNN, assholes, right? It was made clear. Oh, Russia did this, Russia did that. We're going to this to Russia. Really? How much of you knew that over 80 to 100,000 pounds every year is given to the Conservative Tory Party by billionaire oligarchs who bought their citizenships in this country? Bought. You understand? Bought. By making donations to the Conservative Party, they got their citizenships gifted. Very interesting. All you countries, Africa, and all these other countries in the Caribbean, you're supposed to remember the Commonwealth, but you can't trade with England because of the European Union, because your banana does this, it don't do that. You can't ship certain fruits because they're not red like a cherry or whatever. What is wrong with you people in the borough of Lewisham? Do not vote for Conservative, nor Labour, nor Lib Dems. Please, I am begging you. Find an individual unknown person on that ballot piece of paper and put an X beside that person's name. It is only then and then only when the votes are given away to an unknown party person will these major parties and councillors listen to you, the people. And that I don't mean just the residents. I'm talking the shopkeepers and everybody. Number two, because we need to kick out TFL out of London Borough of Lewisham. The local council has the right to administer its road traffic conting. Kick out TFL out of Lewisham. That's one. Two, stop subcontracting all your parking services to third parties who are charging an arm and a leg. Three, stop giving it to these so-called bailiff firms and all the shit. Right? Four, stop allowing these supermarket chains to give out these contracts to these private parking companies who are telling people you only have 90 minutes to park to shop. But when you're going there, you can spend more than 90 minutes because the cashiers are closed. So you have about 20 people queuing up per cashier. Don't forget, this is probably the only leisure, and I say leisure because it's not really a leisure, but it's a compulsory because you have to eat. This is the only leisure that a lot of people get to just walk around the supermarket slowly, look on the thing, because supermarkets don't just sell food these days. They sell TV and computers and toys and games and clothes. This is the only chance some people have. No supermarket or store should be allowed to put anything restricted for under 3 hours. And the companies who they sell the contract to, you tell them, simple, you want to operate in this borough, it is 3 hours minimum parking in any of the shopping thing. If it's a big complex like Catford Island, then it's 3 hours. Nothing less than 3 hours. Or you slap that organization with a permit rate, right, of £1 million a year to operate in the borough. See how quick that rubbish will change. And those things, the parking on the street You tell the people they overstay, you give them 10 minutes extra above the time. Make it compulsory in the borough. And you say to them, right, you have your parking thing, you have 10 minutes over. After that 10 minutes, your parking fine is £50. If you pay it in 30 days, you pay £25. But telling the people they must pay a £75 or £130 fine or risk it going to some bail if we're going to charge you six. Come on, people. And where's that money gone? Ask where the borough it gone to. So I'm begging you people, please. Let's start make Lewisham the center of democracy. Listen to the people. And people, do not vote for them. Do not talk about my mother, my father, my grandfather. This is 2018. So let's get true democracy in place. Vote for an independent person. Not the Independent Party, not the Green Party, not the Lib Dem Party, not the Conservatives, not the Labour Party. Do not vote for any political party in the London Borough of Lewisham. Let's make a protest vote and vote for an independent single person, not single by being not married, a single person who is not associated with any political organization. And then you can say to that person, this is what we want in our borough of Lewisham. We want the police to walk the street and park the cars and stop running up and down. Stop sending 50 policemen to one little incident that don't require it. And really start bringing things back under control. Kick out TFL out of Lewisham, right? Put back the yellow routes and have people go. Do like they do in some boroughs. Have a tow truck go around. If you're parked on the double yellow lines, take up your car if you don't move it within 5 minutes, right? Let's keep the traffic moving and use the money made back in hospitals. Cut the chief executive salary from 250,000, right, with expenses and bonuses, to 150,000 with no expenses and no bonus. And cut the mayor's salary from 90,000 with expenses and bonus to 60,000 with no expenses and no bonus. The country can't afford it. The borough of Lewisham cannot afford it. Right? I was hoping I would have been able to run. I did attend and got the pack to sign up, but because I had some issues to deal with. One was a good friend being killed in America, and two, my dog died the same week of the 1 week I had to try and put all these things together and fork up £1,000. So for 1 week to go and get sponsorship and do all of these things, plus the death of my dog and the death of a good friend in America, was too emotional for me, so I have backed off. So I'm telling you people, don't vote for these idiots, please. 3rd of May. Remember, no vote to any of the political parties. Give it to any individual person who is not associated with a party. Call it a protest vote because that is the only way you're going to get change. Otherwise, stop moaning like a bunch of jackasses, right, when you don't get what you want. Big up Wicked Dread here, signing out.